WarsawJS.
This will be fun, I hope. At least to me it will be fun, because I am associated with Xfang. And, oh, can I click it? Like, can I click it? Does it click? Like, next? Wait, let's make a test. Okay, great. So I have worked for Xfang for a while, and I am still associated with Xfang. However, I am on a sabbatical leave currently. Do you know, guys, what a sabbatical leave is? It's this, yeah. I was supposed to take a leave only for 3 months, but yeah, it wasn't enough, you know. So it's the 6th month that I am on a sabbatical leave, and it's great. I hope the industry hasn't changed that much, and that my presentation will still be up to date, let's say, and will make sense. Just, this is not mine, just to mention that I have found by the counter over there this jar, which is called Earth Day Conversation Starters, and I believe it is like somehow aligned with what I'm going to speak about. So I'm just like inviting you to discuss such things as, in addition to individuals' choices, what actions can we take as communities to fight climate change? So I think, yeah, this is somehow related to what I will be speaking about, and I really appreciate Packhelp has something like this at their place. Anyway, so when I joined IT, it was in 2015. It was, you know, the land of, it was a very idealistic land. And we were all thinking like, okay, great, we will build amazing things and we will revolutionize the world. And currently I have a feeling that we are all like doing very similar things. Obviously the AI has changed the game. However, like how many times have I heard that somebody is building another e-commerce or things like that. So I'm not really sure that we are in the avant-garde of change currently, and I just want to raise the bar a bit. I hope to raise the bar a bit. I hope that we will start making like more valuable things. And so I will be speaking both about, let's say, the values, like what does it make, well, does it make sense sometimes to work? I'm not afraid to say things that will make you hate me or your companies or your clients, because as I've said, I'm on a sabbatical leave and like I like it. I don't need to go back to the business. That's why I said it, that there is nothing to lose. So like, you know, just quit or take a leave whenever you need. Don't pressure yourself too much. Work-life balance is more important. Sleeping well is more important. Having time for your family is more important. Piotr, I guess you didn't expect that. You didn't see that coming. Like all the company is going, you know, to quit. Yeah. So, and I am a project manager and a Scrum Master. And there has been an ongoing conflict between me and developers. Well, obviously, no one says that, but I know that all the developers hate project managers. And why is it? Because it's usually because we have like different needs. And I think this presentation will show you that we can actually play to the same bramka, I forgot the word. Gate? Goal? Thank you. Okay. So first I would like to start by saying that Scrum Guide actually does not impose any constraints that would not allow us to do things in a more balanced way, harmonious way, let's say. I will show you some quotes from the Scrum Guide. I'm not sure if you are familiar with Scrum Guide. I'm pretty sure that you are familiar with daily meetings and planning meetings, and you've got some general idea about Scrum. However, what makes the difference is that Scrum doesn't work when you leave out certain elements, when you decide, okay, it doesn't make sense to make the planning meeting or the retrospective session, or we can skip the dailies, or yeah, etc., etc. So we need to keep them. We need to keep all the elements, because otherwise it will not work. And why is it? Why do I want to, I'm a Scrum Master, so my mission is to raise the awareness of Scrum in a company. However, I think that we should start thinking about it, make it a topic. Make it a topic that Scrum actually can be done better, that we can discuss Scrum not only at work, but with people from the same industry, and that we can set new standards. And by setting new standards, I mean making the stakeholders aware of how important it is that the Scrum works the way, the Scrum has all the elements in it. How important it is that we spend those 2 hours of planning or 4 hours of planning, depending on the length of the sprint, etc., etc. How important it is that we force or make or ask kindly those super senior developers who don't have the time, obviously, and they prefer to code, to come to the dailies and speak with the other people, and how important it is to do the refinements. Yeah, and we are the collective intelligence. I hope that you appreciate my beautiful design. So the green stars. That's how I marked the slides that I want to focus longer on. So the important part here is that the Scrum is about refining the process. We all like refining the process. We don't always do it. And if we what I want us to think when implementing Scrum is that whenever once we engage more, the results will be better. So what I'm also speaking about is the risk management. And when you are running a project, when you are responsible for the project, I'm currently trying to speak about something that I believe will reduce the risk in all the projects that I will run from now on, and in your projects as well. So please take Scrum seriously. There are 3 pillars that come from Scrum Guide, and they are transparency, inspection, and adaptation. And they are all being tested all the time. When we are not following all the Scrum events, Scrum activities, when we are skipping things, and we are also not living by the Scrum values that I will mention in a second. They are all being put to risk. And I also want to mention those to you because maybe you haven't even heard about them. So transparency is, for example, what we implement by doing good retrospective sessions. Transparency is what we do when we do the code review. When we discuss things, when we are open. Inspection, same. Code reviews. I hope that at every project there are code reviews. Can someone raise? No, you will not do it. I will not ask you to raise a hand if there are no code reviews at your project. Adaptation. Yeah. And the adaptation is linked to this very important value, self-managed teams, that I will speak in a second about. And all of these pillars are being under attack, let's say, when, for example, the client is for example, does not want to cooperate with the product owner. For example, when we are skipping all the Scrum events that I have mentioned, we are just losing the opportunity to build a very effective team that works towards a common goal. And it's not only about delivering a project, but doing it in a sustainable way. And I will get back to that in a second. Wait 1 second. Where am I? Okay, I want to skip to this slide for a second. So we want the teams to be not only cross-functional, because we all know that, but we all want the teams to be self-managed. And when the teams are self-managed and they are, and they live by those values: commitment, focus, openness, respect, and courage, and especially commitment. They like the level of the probability that we will deliver a working product on time and we will all be happy and we will like feel the comfort working together, like goes up like immediately. So by not committing, by not focusing on what we are doing, by not being open and discussing, like liking people that we work with, trying to, resolve the issues, and also speaking up for different issues that appear, that emerge, we are like blocking the possibility for the project to actually be successful. Yeah. And why do I mention it in a presentation about greed? And like it's a very, like, we live in a very complex world, and it is a very complex system, and there are different things that clash, that like our values clash, and the 5 minutes left. Okay. So our needs clash with the systemic expectations, let's say. So we have this pressure from the stakeholders that everything has to be on time, and we have the pressure from the management. And at the same time, we want to have as much free time as possible, and I don't know, we are tired, we need to rest. And so my idea is, I'm totally not saying that you should work more. In fact, I believe that we should all work less. What I'm saying is that we should try to communicate that the pressure that we have and that we put on ourselves is like, let's become aware that it is systemic, partially, and the only way we can, like, let's say, fight it back is by personal choices. And maybe, like, personally now, if there will be, like, Piotr, you need to hear me, like, you need to hold me accountable for that. Like, if there will be a developer that will tell me, no, it will take twice as much time, I will trust him, because, like, I will not pressure the developer to, like, make it faster. I will not listen to the stakeholders, to the client, when they will tell me, we need to do it sooner, like, this has to be delivered, like, okay, like, if you want it delivered, go somewhere else, but still, like, I think that everyone should live by those values. So I'm not sure if you're following because I'm just like, but I think you get the gist. So about building trust, maybe it's a good moment to summarize a little bit because I've got only 2 minutes probably left. So I think that we should all make it a topic in our companies and start maybe not imposing, but like try to make the environment in which we work aware of the fact that certain things are not being they are impossible to be jumped over, and we can do only as much as we can do, and that's it. And we should all take care about ourselves because otherwise this is not sustainable. And yeah, I don't have time to go through all of this. I don't need to explain to all of you all the roles. Maybe I would like to underline which are most important events in the Scrum, in the sprint, that I believe that make the biggest, they put the most result. However, they are all important and they should all be held. So the sprint planning is really important. And the refinement, I think it is the most important activity that you can do during the sprint. And you should never be afraid to spend time on refinement. Yeah. So have we all agreed? Okay, that it's about greed. Thank you.
I'll go from the beginning. May I ask a question? No. Anyway, my question is, when we talk about values and shared values or common values, I think it's pretty much accepted that each person, even if we're working within the same team or on the same product, I'm not going to mention the word project, that each of us is there for our own specifically somehow unique reasons. So, in other words, the intentions of the people and what they individually seek to accomplish, their reason for being there, can differ. So being in an environment where, for instance, at the beginning of the meeting today, let's all agree that this is what we're going to do in this environment, this is how we'll behave, agreeing to a particular common goal. Is that what you mean by shared values? Because it's very difficult for me to be sure that I share the same values as the person I'm working next to.
I think that there are some very universal values that we maybe even don't think about them. And I mentioned like rest and health and balance in general, work and life balance. And I think this should always be on the top of whatever we do at work. So we should like have this in mind and make it a topic so that everyone, so that whenever we are like working towards a certain goal, we don't we still. The fact that you're not looking at me is like, you need to.
No, I'm really listening. I'm just listening.
No, I'm joking.
No, I understand. I think I understood what you meant. And the only reason I'm asking that is because you have this expression that I saw flash across the screen. If I'm going to trust someone, yes, and we're all respecting each other, this title, Scrum Master, is something that I find very difficult to wrap my head around. In other words, I need to trust the Scrum Master, who the word master for me sort of makes me feel like that one person is rather the leader and the rest of us, well, we just kind of have to follow the leader. That was when I saw that flash across the screen, I just thought, I'm wondering, what is that? Why is it called Scrum Master?
Well, I didn't write the Scrum guide, and I didn't come up with that name. Maybe we can all come up with a better word for this.
That would be great. Someone I think else has
Product
a question.
manager. Maybe product manager or PM. It's actually much better because both of these words concentrate on the process or on the product, but none of them actually assumes a hierarchy because Scrum Master assumes a hierarchy, right?
No, the team is equal.
But master is a master.
It's true, but the idea is that
Yeah,
team is equal.
possibly the idea is explained much better. Yeah, like master and main, but you use main and git, and it's better, right?
The Scrum Master is master only of Scrum. It's not master of the
yes,
product,
not of the people,
of the development.
not of the people. Yeah, but still a master. Okay, I'm just joking. It's a word game actually, but sometimes words make a difference. You know what? After your presentation, I thought that maybe that's something that I was calling optimism earlier is not optimism. Maybe it can be called greed.
Yeah. Oh, actually, the color, you know, that green is a color of greed, but also it's a color of
Greed.
of the Earth Day.
Yes. So
I can see Marta.
Yeah, thanks. It is believed that the Scrum would never work in a company unless the management level understands it deeply and encourages developers to use it in a proper way. So how does it work in your company? And do you have support from the management level in this whole process? And if not, is there any way to change it?
So, as I've mentioned, I cannot speak about the present moment because I am
On sabbatical.
holidays. However, there were different moments in the course of our growth, let's say. It is, I think it all comes down to the team still in a company this small. I believe that from now on we will all take, Piotr is doing this, so it means Scrum, yeah. We will take it more seriously, even more. I mean, like, we have always taken it seriously, but I hope that we will just, like, you know, be the best in Scrum. There is someone.
Yeah, I get
there.
the mic. I have a question because I feel like we're coming to a point, and even shown in the previous presentation, that the role of developers will quickly switch from programming, from coding, to being more of product people. And I was wondering, being a Scrum Master, do you feel empowered that you're getting access to tools that can easily help you talk with the team on the technical level through AI?
Can you elaborate a little bit?
Yeah,
like what
so I was thinking, because mostly when working with maybe not Scrum Masters as the typical role, but with managers, I feel like sometimes they feel reliant on the rest of the team to give input, etc. I feel like, because AI is becoming more and more aware of the struggles of coding, that in a short amount of time, managers will get access to probably better developers in form of AI. I mean coders in form of AI. Do you feel like, being a manager, that if you had access to a reliable source of truth when it comes to coding, that it would be easier to talk also with other coders, I mean human coders? Oh, like that.
I really would like to discuss it more, because I'm not really sure that I get the gist of the, like, how do you envision it exactly. I am definitely very curious about the changes that are happening right now, and I think that it's unstoppable, and I think we are all having some sort of fun interacting with AI and involving it in our daily work. So I'm just looking forward to the moment when everyone will get rid of the mundane, repetitive, boring work, and we will all be able to work 4 hours a day. Like, this is the ultimate goal, and I really believe, like, I hope it for all of us. It will happen for all of us. One more question.
I really enjoyed the talk, thank you. Question about pressure. So you said that we should not put pressure. I'm not sure if you meant too much pressure or no pressure at all. What is the quantity of pressure that we should put on the team so that they come to the commitment that is acceptable for both developers, for the team, and for stakeholders?
Well, first of all, I think everyone should answer this question themselves, like how much pressure you personally want to put on yourself and how much pressure are you personally able to take at the moment compared to other goals maybe that you have. And like, you know, building it up from there, you can discuss with the team and like set reliable expectations in terms of how much can we deliver on a sprint basis, let's say. So I think it all comes down to being reliable and communicating it. So like, first of all, how much you want to do and how much you can do, and then being able to agree on something within the team. Obviously, taking into account that maybe you will not reach the goal in this particular sprint. However, we still want to grow, and then just work together towards like making those assumptions better and better. And like, I think that's it. I know it sounds very like simple. It is much more difficult to do it, and that's why we need commitment.
If we commit together, we make more effort together, I think is what you're saying. And we really invest ourselves in the work that we're doing together. We work less time, we get more work done, and the work that we do is of a better quality. Is that fair to say? Yeah. What about the deadline thing? I hate to use this kind of language. I'm so sorry. So there's this thing called a deadline, yes? And I'm noticing that there's a lot of talk and a lot of focus on deadlines for developers. I speak with developers every single day, pretty much all day long. And so with this in place, it sounds like it's a little bit, how shall I say, difficult to feel like, okay, you know, next sprint, you know, maybe we won't fit into this, but you understand there's pressure that does appear simply because maybe the client, not even the product owner, imposes certain deadlines, no?
So I'm definitely speaking about some sort of utopia in which the way we build products is it reflects our the way we work reflect our needs. I think that if we all like start to speak about it more often, there is a better chance that the deadlines will not be deadlines.
Let's hope so. I appreciate that. And you know, I agree with what you're saying, your idea, the vision that you're expressing here, sharing. I agree wholeheartedly that it cannot just be about the money and the greed to have more, to make more money for the company or whomever you're working for, to earn more. We are human beings who program. We're not just programmers. We're people who program. I appreciate this topic very, very, very much. Everyone, any more questions for Małgo? Any more questions? One more.
It is often the case that the managers...
Do I see the person that is asking? Oh, here, okay.
Yeah, I'm like sitting in, not too tall, but often the time it's the case that managers would get rid of some aspects of Scrum because they view them as a waste of time, And what do you think is the most underestimated part of Scrum that people often neglect?
I think, like, well, you know, it depends on the culture of the company, on the team. It really does, because, like, you know, in every team you will have someone who will like focus on something else. Like if you will have an architect in a team, they will definitely love the refinement meetings, right? You know, like it really depends.
It depends. You mentioned the pillars. You mentioned
Maybe the
earlier.
retrospectives. Maybe the retrospectives. Yeah.
At my previous job.
Yeah.
Is retrospective the same as like a post-mortem?
And what is
A
post-mortem?
post-mortem is when you finish something, it is done. I'm using the term post-mortem on purpose. After you finish the project and you learn from your mistakes, everyone gets together and discusses what happened, what we did, what we could do better the next time. That's what I mean.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, it's a similar concept, yeah? Retrospective is nicer than post-mortem, I guess. The language. Okay. Folks, give Małgo, if you want to speak more about it, please, give her a huge hand.
Yeah, thank you.